Hey guys, what's up? How you going? Hope you're doing well. Doing well in this bull market that we've got. Things are getting out of hand, aren't they? I had a bit of time this morning, so I put a question out into the group as to whether anyone had any burning questions. I hadn't done a video in a long time, so why not? And I'm just going to run through those questions now. I'll put timestamps on this video, so you can skip to the ones that interest you the most. So let's rattle off what we've got. First question. Post halving, Bitcoin has historically only ever had one decline of 23%, in which it then went like 15% afterwards. In that event, Bitcoin was bullish leading up to the halving. Could we expect a similar scenario on this too? Post halving, the multiple on which Bitcoin increases seems to become less and less. Yeah, that's true. Would you expect correlation for that to continue dropping? If you'd asked me that question before here, because this is the time, this candle here is like the week that well, this is around the time where the ETF was launched. If you asked me that back here, I probably would have said yes, but the ETF has become it's the best ETF launch in history. And the Bitcoin ETF is bringing in billions of dollars at a rate at which nobody thought that it would happen this early. So, the whole meme thing is that, this time it's different. I think actually, unironically, this time it is different. There's so much money that couldn't get access to this that now has access to it. There's like a new player, right? So whereas before it was just us trading amongst ourselves and maybe, some private individuals that had a ton of money, but now we've actually got institutions and banks and, 401ks, which is, this equivalent to what a superannuation fund would be in Australia. They have a facility at which they can pump all that money in now. So we're actually getting fresh new money into the ecosystem. So it's not just us doing it. So do I think there's going to be a pullback? I don't think so, eh? Like we might get some sort of consolidation bit, like sideways like this, but are we going to get some crazy pullback? When I got a chart that has all of the pre-halvings on it. Here's the one. Let's go back to log for a second. All right. So these green lines here are the halvings. Okay, so this is in the way. Go away. So we had that's the 2013 all-time high at like $1,000. Came down, pumped into halving, little pullback. Let's just get so 20, 30%, 30% to the wick, 20-ish% to the close, and then it ran. Here, there was the dump before, but that was COVID, and then it pumped like crazy afterwards. This time we've had in here the ETF. So what we're saying is, is there going to be a pullback before the halving and then pump? Honestly, I don't think it would. I don't think it will. There's people, they're buying it up. The ETF is buying up so much Bitcoin, like they're running out. There was a tweet that I saw that said there's OTC desks running out of Bitcoin, like they only had 40 left. They had to go source more. I don't see how this has a 30% correction. I really don't. Like a 30% correction would bring us back down to where we took off from, like the top of the ETF. I don't think we're going to do that. Here in how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 weeks from now, supply is going to get cut in half from where it is now. For us to maintain relatively this speed at which we're going up, to keep it the same, that means that demand on the Bitcoin ETF side would also have to drop by 50%. And even if it did that, then we'd be at the same relative, inflows to outflows. Well, no, not inflows to outflows. Supply and demand, right? So the miners will produce half as much as they are now per day. So to balance that out, even if the ETF flows fell by 50%, it would still be the same, demand from a supply demand perspective. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. There was Wells Fargo over in the States. They are now getting access to the Bitcoin ETF. So they're trying to, I'm not sure if they were trying to, or they were going to, or they are, getting access to the Bitcoin ETFs to give it to their customers. Like, they're not going to launch an ETF themselves. They're just going to add it to their, list of stuff. So banks are now coming on. Like, there's more people. Like, there's more avenues for people to get this stuff. So this dip before halving and then pump. I don't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it. Not that it matters for me, because I'm just going to hold. But yeah, betting on a pullback to then buy. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, if you think about it logically, right? Why would Larry, the BlackRock guy, imagine like we have this massive run, and then it falls 30% and just wipes out that run and goes back to where we started from? They'd be a laughing stock. Be like, ooh, the ETF's failed, bro. Like, all the haters would come out. Man, there's going to be so much buying support for this. I don't see it happening, to be honest. What was the other question? Post-halving, we've had one decline at 23, and that was bullish leading into halving. Can we expect it? Yeah, we're bullish. Like, this time is different. We're bullish leading into halving. We're already bullish now. We're so bullish that everything is spilling over into all these other coins. Like, look at Dog with Hat. Like, that's nuts. It's $1.26. If you bought, check this out, if you bought in December or in November and held, not that many people would have, but if you did, you're looking at 945,000%. Crazy. Most people didn't start paying attention to it until around here. So, like, this is like the first major pump here. So a more realistic number would be 10,000%. And even saying that out of my, like, a realistic number is 10,000. Like, most people started paying attention here. So that's like 1,000x if you held from, mid-December till now. That's crazy. Anyway, so I think, to summarize, this time it's different. We have new players and new money, and we, the existing players, do not have to pump Bitcoin anymore. The institutions are doing that for us, so we can go and trade beta trades, like, other things that will pump because Bitcoin's pumping. We don't need to pump Bitcoin ourselves. Other people are doing it for us. It's really on easy mode now, because if Bitcoin goes up, it'll drag everything else up with it. Next one, Robbie. What's your strategies for combating personal FOMO despite being heavily invested? In this since 2017, how do you control tempo of the FOMO to avoid over leverage when the life-changing possibilities are right in front of us? Number one, the longer you trade, the more you learn about yourself and how you react, right? Eventually it'll kick in. You'll lose enough money that you'll go, why the fuck am I losing? Or why am I making this mistake? Or why am I getting angry? Because because it starts leaking out into other areas of your life, right? So eventually it'll get bad enough that you'll just stop and think about it. Why is it happening? And if you can't figure it out, the best way is just to stop doing it. So for me, I don't leverage trade so much anymore, but I still want leverage in the market. So how can I do that personally? I trade correlated assets that are a lower market cap. So meaning, the beta sort of stuff. So if Solana's pumping, then a Solana token is going to go up more than Solana would because it's a lower market cap, right? So if ETH's pumping, maybe you buy, another ETH related token instead. If one of the major meme coins are pumping, find something that is correlated to it that's lower market cap and you buy that instead. And so that way you can buy spot and get multiples on your gains without having to use leverage. So that removes the stimulus, because I know for me, unless I'm day trading, it's hard for me, say, to sleep on a leverage position, or I won't get good night's sleep, and as soon as I wake up, it's straight to my phone. I go, did I get stopped out or whatever? And I know from my experience that more often than not, I'm better at the narrative or the general direction than I am with placing stop losses. And you get the trade idea right, but you might put the stop loss too close, or you might have just entered a day too early or a day too late, or you enter, it's going to happen, but then you might have the inside word, like you might be in the discords or whatever, so you're the first to hear the news and the rest of the market doesn't hear it. So it's really good news. So you go, oh yeah, I'm going to buy some, but nobody else knows about it except you and the rest of the people in the forum. So the market continues to go down. You're going, why is it going down? It's going down because nobody else knows, because you're too far ahead. So if you buy spot and it goes down when everybody else figures out what's going on, it'll reverse and go back up. Because you're not using leverage, you won't get stopped out. So you can sleep comfy, right? Because if you know the fundamentals are sound, the narrative or whatever the reason is that you bought, then the short-term price action is just noise and everybody else figuring it out. And if you're on leverage, your window for error is really tiny. So not only do you have to be right on narrative, you have to be right on timing. So you're adding another layer of complexity or probability in you actually winning. Intraday, day trading, just looking at the charts and TA is a good, that's a good time to use leverage. If you're trying to do swing trades based on a longer term thing where narrative and fundamentals play have more of a thing with it, I always go spot, always. And if I want more exposure, then I'll go the beta play of that narrative. As far as FOMO is concerned, it's something that you're just going to have to deal with. As soon as you accept that you will not catch every trade, the better, right? There are so many narratives and so many sectors in crypto, you're not going to be able to catch them all. I can guarantee you there's probably 100 times more trades that you don't even know about that you missed, that you would be pissed off that you missed, right? But you just don't know about it because there's so many. I'm not big into NFTs. I'm not big into gaming or AI tokens or anything like that, but I see them on the timeline all the time. There are people making lots of money trading them, but I don't follow it. And I don't like it would be spreading my money too thin anyway. It'd be like I'd have to have 1,000 positions open with like $10 in each. Like, what's the point of that? It's just an acceptance that you simply cannot trade everything, and while at the same time, because there is so many, if you do miss one that you're really pissed off about, then there's going to be another one. There'll be another narrative. There'll be another new token. There'll be another rotation to something else. So all you got to do is catch the next one. The question then becomes is, why did you not take action on the other one? Like, if you're looking at a chart and it pumped, 600x or 6%, or not 600, 600% or 6x or something, like, and it's the first time that you saw the chart, then there is no way that you should be pissed off about that because you never knew about it. That is being unfair to yourself. How the hell are you supposed to know about this? Like, you've never heard about this token before, and the only time that you heard about it is because everybody else was talking about it, right? That's not fair to yourself. So you need to stop being shitty. But if, like, for example, with like this chart has, like, this token has been talked about constantly all the time, and if you never bought in and now you're feeling FOMO, that's on you. So you need to ask yourself, why the hell didn't I buy any? What was stopping me from doing it? So whatever the reason was that stopped you from doing it, and you go, okay, is that a valid reason? Or is that me just worrying about losing money? Or, the trade's not going to work out. Or, I was tossing up between this one and another one. Like, I don't know what the answer is, but you need to figure that out. Because as soon as you get the answer to that, your FOMO will go away. Because you'll know why. You know why you did it. There are infinite trades. There is nothing to have FOMO about. The other thing you need to realize is that you shouldn't be comparing yourself to others as well. You don't know how many losses other people have had just because they post up on social media that they got a 10x on something doesn't mean they got wrecked on something else. Nobody really celebrates their losers. And you don't know how much money they put on. Like, they chucked on $10 and got a 6x. So they made $50 in profit. Like, is that life-changing money? Like, you know what I mean? They put $10 on, or $100 or something on a high-risk meme coin that just went 1,000x because it was low market cap. Okay, how many other times have they done that and gotten wrecked? You're running your own race. So as long as you're moving forward, you need to give yourself a break and realize that, yes, it is a bull market and these frothy conditions only happen once every 4 years or so, but it will happen again. Even in the regular stock market, there's bull runs and bear runs, right? So if you miss this one, there'll be another one, and there'll be another one. There's another trade. There's always another coin, always another narrative. Figure out why you're missing it, why you're not taking action, and then the next one will come, and then you'll hit that big trade. So I think it's, greed's a lot to do with it too. Like, you'll set these lofty goals for yourself and then you won't make them. So you get disappointed. So, and you want to set realistic goals, but then, a dream's a dream, right? So I guess it's definitely it's a battle. It is a battle. When Lambo, when Lambo. Here's the thing, right? Lambos really haven't changed that much in price. But houses have. Like, since the last couple, like, a Lambo has always been 300,000 or 400,000. It should be when house, really. It should be when house. Houses in Brisbane have gone up 55% since COVID. Saw that on the news last night. 55%. It's nuts. Yeah, so when house. Hopefully I'll be debt free. I mean, the house that I live in is paid off, but I've got this other investment property I want to wipe out too, so we should be able to do that this time. Dave, I'd like to see something about how you identify the next tokens or coins that are potentially about to move up. What signals do you look for? Yeah, so the short answer is whatever is being talked about on Twitter. All right, so the follow-up question to that is, what are the popular Twitter accounts to follow? Right, so let's get stuck into that. So the narrative is Twitter. Everything that you need to know about anything is on Twitter. I can guarantee you now, all of the paid groups and paid advisory services and telegram groups and discords and Facebook groups and whatever else, they get their info from Twitter. They might get inside sources for other things, but the vast majority of stuff is on Twitter. Anybody in crypto is on Twitter, and they share their stuff for free. So all you need to do is spend an hour a day and just go over stuff, right? Whether that's in the morning before you go to work or in the afternoon before you go to work. If you do this full time, like I do, like I'm on Twitter all day, right? So anything that's super noteworthy, I just post in the Facebook group. But there's a lot of stuff that I don't. But whatever everybody is talking about on Twitter is the popular stuff, is the noteworthy stuff, and that's where the attention's going to go. And where the attention goes, that's where the money goes. So, who do I follow? I think that was the question. Any particular Twitter accounts? It really depends on who or what you're into. So I don't really follow any NFT people or GameFi people or anything like that. There is definitely crossover. Like if there's a post that's really popular, the Twitter algorithm will tell me about it. But generally, I don't follow that sort of stuff because I'm not really interested in it. But the general rule of thumb for crypto Twitter is you want to follow all the protocols that are on the chain or chains that you're interested in. So whatever the main account is. Then you want to follow the personal accounts of the devs and like the lead guys that run those things. Then you want to follow accounts of, traders that post charts all the time and then have, a decent enough following. Then there's, the KOLs or the key opinion leaders or the influencers. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to agree with with what they say, but following them means that you'll at least be tapped into whatever the narrative is. Let's see, who can I pick? So Mert, let's run through. We'll run through my feed at the moment, right? And we'll pick out some names. So Mert is, as it says here, the Helios dev. Helios is an infrastructure project on Solana. They run RPCs for people. He's also very vocal about calling out bullshit, especially from ETH maxis. So if you want to get the truth on, how Solana actually works, then this guy is good to follow. As a background, he came from Ethereum and he used to work at Coinbase. So even though it looks like he's just like a Solana maxi and that's it, he knows both sides of the story. So he can he's a bit abrasive, but like I guess he just wants to call out bullshit when he sees it. So he's good. Not So Fast is an OG. Like this guy's been around since 2013, so definitely follow him. Blockgraze, yeah, Solana guy. He's big in whiff at the moment, so that's why lots of people follow him because he's more of an influencer. The Boot used to be big in 2017. He was a BitMEX whale, very good. He doesn't really post so much trades anymore, but anyway, that's Pav. Posted about him in the group. He is the lead market analyst at SwiftX. James, he is a ETF guy. Make sure you follow him for all the news on the Bitcoin ETFs. Don't know who that is. That's just random people on my feed that I don't follow. I think this is an NFT guy. That's the account of Bonk. This guy is a lawyer. He has some good takes on, SEC cases and things like that. Curb's another Cole, KOL, key opinion leader. DJ and Poet, he is an NFT guy, works with Drip House. Dime, he's a OG trader. Who else we got? There's Murdigan. Austin Fedora or Federer is he's comms at Solana. No, head of strategy at Solana. Umar, he's a cool trader. He's based in Australia, but I think he's overseas at the moment. GMAX, he's OG. He's like 2017, maybe even 2013. Bagsy, similar. Good traders. All been around for a while. Moon Overlord, same. Ansem, he is like the main character of Solana at the moment. Tristan works at Zeta Markets on Solana. Ocon Psycho, he's another KOL. He's cool. That's the Wen account. Jesse Powell, he is the co-founder of Kraken. Will is a Bitcoin maxi analyst sort of person, comes out with these really cool charts. Ed is one of the guys that works at Pith. Donald, he's a really good trader as well, been around for ages. So follow him. Backpack, that's the account for the wallet of Backpack. They raised 17 million, I think, recently, and they have their own exchange. Who else we got? Mike. He's a VC. Zoran's another trader that posts charts all the time. This guy's new to me, but he's been posting lots of trades, winning trades lately. This guy's the head of developer growth at Solana. So, you'll learn about hacker houses and things through this guy. Another trader, Byzantine General, he's good. Inverse Bra, this is the person that they tag. Everyone tags Inverse Bra. They do this anytime there's some sort of cultural joke or inside joke or something dramatic happens. He's like an archive of all the drama that's happened, and we'll take a screenshot and just post it. So make sure you follow him to figure out, the narrative spin. Bitcoin Magazine, they always have videos like this talking about Bitcoin stuff. What else? Eric Voorhees, follow him. Runs Shapeshift. And if you remember, he was the one this was before FTX went down, sort of like when FTX was on the slide, when Sam was trying to get through, create all these laws to make it traceable or something or whatever, and there was a debate, and then Eric just totally destroyed him and made Sam look like an idiot, and sort of just collapsed from there. So, but he's been around the space since the beginning. So, what else we got? Blunts, he's Aussie. He trades different. He's a good trader. He trades differently to me. He uses Elliott waves. So, it's always good to follow people that don't trade the same as you. Learn some new things. Johnny Moe, he's all right. Eric Balkunis is another Bitcoin ETF TradFi guy. Follow him. Andrew Kang, he comes from Ethland. He's more of like a VC type guy. What else? George, he posts good Solana stuff. Frank Shapiro, he is a reporter at The Block. Michael Saylor, we all know that guy. Nomad, he's been around for ages as well. Follow him. He has some good takes occasionally. James again, ETF. Joe McCann, he's a VC, but he's been called the Michael Saylor of Bonk. So that should give you some sort of idea. I think that's enough So, oh yeah, parcel. Yeah. So just follow the projects, follow the guys running the projects, follow VCs. Like you get that sort of list going, and then what Twitter will do is suggest more posts to you, and even just with the topics that you like, it doesn't necessarily be a person. Then just add to it over time, right? If you really want to go through the list of people that I follow, then just go to my followings and just scroll through everything. Like there's 1,000 here. I really should clean them out, to be honest. But anyway, that's the easiest way. How do I manage my time and attention with the markets? I've been finding that I'm quickly losing balance as the markets start to really heat up. And mental health, sleep are even more crucial at the moment. Yes, mental health and sleep are more crucial. I am in the very lucky position that I do this full time, so I have more time than you would. But to be honest, yeah, you just need to dedicate, just block out an hour after work. Like when you come home from work, you probably, like if you're a guy, you just want to come home from work and just chill on your own and decompress, right? So in that moment, in that time, just get your phone out, go somewhere on your own, and just scroll Twitter for an hour, and you will be able to keep up, no drama, right? Using DeFi and trading between bonk and whiff as money is rotating. I find myself actively engaging pretty frequently with the market and watching trends on Twitter. Yes, that's exactly what you should be doing. Twitter is good. Mental health and sleep. Yeah, I'm not a psychologist. Mental health is important. If you're not into the gym, just walk. You know what I do is I try and get a walk in, put a podcast on. It'll be a crypto related podcast or something. Or if I don't do that, I'll scroll Twitter, right? So I'll be walking and scrolling Twitter and getting it in. If you're having trouble sleep, I would recommend some magnesium, and just, don't have sugar and shit before bed, and that usually helps with me, right? So, but walking is really good. What could Bonk and Whiff go to? Can it be the next Doge and Shiba? Yes, it can be the next Doge and Shib. It absolutely could. Will it? Don't know. But everything is pumping at the moment. So who knows where it's going to go? You'd be nuts not to have some exposure to the meme coin sector. So, have a bag of something. Could we still be DCAing, bit reducing how much we're DCAing? If not, should we just be aping smaller amounts into small caps? Well, that's that is a, what's the word? Financial advice sort of question. So I really don't know what your situation is or how much money you got or what your risk tolerance is and what you're thinking about DCAing. I think the general consensus is that the entire crypto market will get to like 10 trillion. And Bitcoin, my estimation for Bitcoin is going to be somewhere in this green box. So that's between, say, 150 and 250. That's what I think at this point. So that means that from here to somewhere in this box is like a 3x or something. So if you dollar cost average into Bitcoin, that's probably all you're going to get. If you're happy with that, great. If you're happy to DCA now and just hold for another cycle or two, great. If you're looking for quick wins now, Bitcoin's not what you should be doing. You want to go down the risk curve. You don't have to go down too far. ETH maxis will tell you that Ethereum's going to go to 10x. Or 10, sorry, not 10x, 10K. And so 10K, I've seen 25K too somewhere but on my feed. So Solana hasn't even hit all-time highs yet. And if you look at the maxi feed on that, you're looking at somewhere between like 250. Well, 250 is all-time high. Where's regular? So 250 is here. I've seen calls anywhere between 500 and 1,000, right? So if you bought spot Solana and it went to 1,000, that's like 8x. You know, what do you actually want? I guess just remember that if you're going to choose multiple tokens, that if it's the same, if you're going to buy, say, multiple tokens in the same niche, they're all correlated. So maybe don't do that. Just pick the strongest one and, you know, allocate most of your money to that. No, the last one. Last one. If you be any animal, what would you be? It could be any animal. I don't know. Maybe a bird. Be cool to fly just on your own. Just go anywhere at any time. I think that aligns with probably like my real goal, like the ultimate goal of all of this, which is to not have to worry about money, just have enough. No, you don't have to be like a billionaire or anything, but just have enough so that you don't have to work and you can literally do anything you like. That doesn't mean that you have to have a mansion and 7 cars. You just have a regular car and a regular house, but you can wake up in the morning and just go, I can literally do anything I want today. Right? Because having a fancy car will wear off, right? Like you will get sick of it. It'll just become a normal car. Like even if you bought a Lambo or whatever, it'll eventually just become a normal car. Same with a house, like same with the clothes that you buy, like, and consumer items. Like when you get a new mobile phone, like you're on it constantly, and now you're only on it because you need to use it for work or you're scrolling Facebook. You're not going, oh, look at the camera and look at this, and I'm going to get a phone case for it, and then you're going into the settings and you're doing all this stuff. No, like just think of like kids at Christmas. They'll get the new presents, they'll play with it for 5 minutes, and then they'll be sick of it, and they want the next stimulation. That is what's going to happen if you get rich and then you buy the thing. So you don't need to buy, like if you really want to go drive a Lambo, just go like hire one for a month or something. You will probably end up getting sick of it by the end of it. So the ultimate freedom is just to have enough money to do whatever you want. So that means travel the world constantly. You're not even going to need a mansion, are you? It's just going to be sitting idle at home. I don't know, maybe you want to write music or paint or learn a new language, or like you can literally do anything you want. You don't have to go to work anymore. So that's probably why I pick the bird. They just seem the freest, you know. Again, they see something over there. Oh, cool, what's that? And they just go there. Like they don't have to walk or anything. It's like they're super fast. Go anywhere on the planet they want. Let's have a quick look at some charts before I sign off. So Solana is at, this is the weekly. So Solana is at a key level. We're here and here. So there's at 140. As soon as we close above 140, it's going to do that for sure. Where's total 3? Let's have a look at total 3. So total 3 is all alts minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. And from a macro perspective, we're at the top of the range here too. So this will be interesting. Do we retrace a bit then go, or do we just say stuff it, break and go? I don't know, but it looks like it wants to keep going, but we're definitely bullish. So who knows? I'm certainly not doing anything. I'm just holding. But if you were to trade this, I wouldn't buy here for a breakout. I would wait and then buy the retest. But that's just how I trade. So you trade how you trade. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 62. There's a little bit of a pause here. What does it look like on the lower time frames? On the lower time frames, it looks like it's trying to flag out. So if you are a flagpole believer, then we're going to pump to 72 after this. the all-time high is about 69. So the next move will break all-time highs. If we don't pull back before then, I really don't think if we do pull back, I don't see it happening much. Maybe to here, like the top of this area and this little pause bit here, which is around the 60,000. So like it kind of is already paused, right? So I'd be really surprised if we fell below 60. Ethereum is straight up since the end of Jan, so that's cool. You got ETH Denver on at the moment. You got the Denken upgrade, which will make layer 2s cheaper. Like they're saying about 5 cents a transaction, I believe. So, you know, we're at resistance again. So it's resistance everywhere. So it wouldn't surprise me if we did have a little bit of a pause. Alt could run. SBTC is still bearish. Let's get rid of all these old drawings. So ETH maxis will tell you that everything's awesome, but if you just, you know, why would you hold ETH when you could hold Bitcoin? Basically, like it hasn't broken out yet. It's tried twice and failed. So if you're thinking about buying Bitcoin or Ethereum, then like until Ethereum is outpacing Bitcoin, then why would you? Like you got the Bitcoin ETF flows coming in, and you got the halving coming in, right? Which trumps this maybe Ethereum ETF narrative. Easy. Like you're not stopping BlackRock at the moment. There's no train that's going to beat that. So until this breaks all of this and comes up and then does that, you shouldn't be buying Ethereum. Unless, of course, you have some other reasons. Like if your reasons are other than I want to make the most amount of money that is possible, then and you got, oh, should I buy Bitcoin or Ethereum? Buy Bitcoin. Like I don't understand why people are so bullish. Like it's up, right? No question, it's up. But so is everything else. But everything else is up more. This chart proves it. Sol ETH, on the other hand, Sol ETH has been outperforming Sol for the past month and a bit. It has found a level here. Will it reverse? It looks like it might. Who knows? Which is odd because, you know, apparently the focus is on Ethereum, and it could be. So we'll just see if this actually changes around. Sol BTC is similar. So it was outperforming Bitcoin until Christmas Day, and then it's lost ground since then. Let's remove all that stuff. So the question to you is, do I buy more Bitcoin or do I buy more Sol? Is this chart bullish to you? If it is, then you shouldn't be buying more Bitcoin. If you're trying to make money, if your sole objective is to make money, then if this chart is bullish to you, then why would you buy more Bitcoin? Like this is bearish. It's been bearish for years. Until it breaks and goes up, it's not, right? Sol Bitcoin looks way different. So it still could keep going down, right? There's a big indecision candle here. There could be heaps more inflows come in. Who knows, right? Just look at the chart. Don't listen to the maxis. Sol ETH doesn't look great. So, I mean, you could argue for a cup and oops, that's not how you draw it. You could argue for a cup and handle, maybe. Like the dollar chart looks okay, but you know, like I said, it's running into resistance along with everything else. So like Sol topped out, ETH topped out, Bitcoin topped well, it's broken out, but it's almost topping out from here. So, but if this keeps going, if this keeps going, if the Bitcoin ETF stuff keeps pumping the market, it's going to drag everything else up with it. What's SHIB doing? Jeez. All right. So SHIB's broken resistance. Okay, good. So that's taken off. How much has that gone up by? 100% since the bottom. What's Doge doing? Doge has done a similar thing, so that's on fire. Bonk. Okay, so that's going to have the highest weekly close ever. We've already looked at WIF. Pith looks a bit exhausted. It might come back to here. Jupiter has recovered slightly. So this could be a cup and handle. So it means rounded bottom, retrace, then go. AVAX is a similar looking chart to what, that's an old line, a similar looking chart to what Solana had. So I'd say it's probably going to follow. Injective, it's going to close all-time high close. So that's bullish. Nice. Metis, similar. Celestia, that looks heavy. What's going on in Celestia? I don't like this. It looks like it could head and shoulders. Yeah, okay. I think there are better plays in Celestia at the moment. Like if you're already holding Celestia and you're staking, like, yeah, keep doing that. Arb. The thing about Arbitrum is that there is a massive unlock coming up where like something like 80% of the supply is being unlocked. So just keep that in mind if you're a Arb fan. It could affect price. I mean, but that aside, that is consolidating above support, so that's pretty cool. Optimism is just up and up. Not sure what their unlocks are like. I might have to look that up. Sui's had a big retest. Let's go to the daily and have a look. Yep. Quick spike. Spiked back to previous all-time high close. It could come down and fill the wick before keep going. So, stock market's at all-time highs again. The Australian stock market's at all-time highs. What's the dollar doing? The US dollar. We don't need that. US dollar going sideways. We want the dollar to get weaker because that means that Bitcoin will go up. But, yeah. Other than that, what's Tron doing? Tron's been a sleeper, man. Like, Tron is going to break all-time highs real soon. Do you look at this? Where's my... It's over here. Just... It's a real sleeper. You know, Tron has just been up and up since 2022. Tron has been up. That's around the time. I wonder what Tron priced in Ethereum would be. Because that's the time around. Oh, it's not as big. Oh, okay. They're about even. Right. Cool. What's Tron at? Is there a Tron BTC chart? Yes. What does that look like? Oh, God, I've actually drawn on this. Let's have a look. It's held its own. It's pretty good. Sideways. Bit of a dump there. Yeah, but Tron on the dollar. Jeez. Matic. Oh God. My condolences to anybody holding Matic. Like, it's just done nothing. Look at that. So like all year, it's just gone side. Like since October is since like when everything started to moon, right? And it's gone up like that much, which is the same price as it was back here. So yeah, yeah. I hope you got something out of that, and good luck with everything. Don't sell too early. Remember, Larry will buy your bags, so make sure you don't sell to him too early. Cool. All right. Cheers. Bye.